following Original Six matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, as we get set for Game 4 of this time frame matchup between the 76-77 Habs and the 2016-17 Boston Bruins. As you guys can tell by the time frame score, the Habs currently lead it, winning the first 3 games to Boston, only winning none of those first 3 games. 2 of those 3 were shutouts from Ken Dryden, as Ken will be back in net for the Habs, and the coach has decided to go with Tuukka Rask for this game to give him an opportunity here to prove himself. If not, the rest of this time frame may go in the way of Anton Khudobin with how many number of minutes are left on the clock. With that being said, your netminders have been named. Let's get ready to Game 4, shall we? With the clock operator, please start the clock. And we're going to begin with a quality check between both players in 5. It'll be the quality for smart between Savard and McQuaid. Both guys have smart, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Another quality check, this time it'll be between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Bruins. We're looking for the quality of smart. Pick your poison between Spooner, Backus, Krejci, and Chara, because actually Chara just came up, so I'm going to leave him alone. So it's between Spooner, Backus, and Krejci. Let's have the red die decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Player number 6, that is David Krejci. So he will tie Larry Robinson with the quality for smart, and that will be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. Home scoring chance of a 65. Choice home player scores a goal. So whenever any choice comes up, I'm going to have the red die decide for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. 2, that's Mario Tremblay. So Mario Tremblay will score the game's first goal with the Habs in front 1-0. And 2 assists will come out on the play. Reesborough and Wilson. So Tremblay from Reesborough and Wilson will be your ice-breaking goal-scoring stat line presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. Penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against Patrice Bergeron. It looks like we're going to end up in a tie unless you know what? At this rate, let's have the decider die decide. We tie. And it looks like Boston's going to go on the power play. So Rick Chartraw is going to go to the box as Patrice Bergeron will move in on Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. A 4 will do so to keep this game right where it's at of 1-0 in favor of the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. Quality check between players 2 and anybody on the ice for the Boston Bruins. The player for the Habs will be Guy Lafleur. The quality we're looking for is skill. It looks like Spooner, Zarnik, Carlo are the only 3 out there with skill. You know what? I think we're going to go with Spooner. So both Lafleur and Spooner have the quality of skill, and we will move on to the next segment here to begin the second period. And after 20 minutes of play after 20 minutes of play in the books, the Habs currently lead it 1-0. Quality check between players 5 and 3, Savard and Austin Czarnik. The quality we're looking for is smart. Savard is going to win this one as he does have smart, so he's going to be moving in on Tuukka Rask to hopefully net a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to make the stop. And he will do so. Serge Savard is denied of a 2-0 goal for his team. Yep, Czarnik. And we will move on to the next segment. Penalty check between players 5 and 1, Chartraw and Moore. Rick Chartraw is going to go to the box as Dominic Moore is going to move in on Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. He can't. The game is tied up courtesy of Dominic Moore, and it is a power play goal. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. David Krejci, and between Backus and Chara. I do want to keep that. I do want to keep that face-off rating out there just in case. So we will go with Big Z, Zdeno Chara. So Dominic Moore will score the power play goal from David Krejci getting the first assist and Zdeno Chara getting the secondary assist. Or excuse me, we'll have Chara get the first assist and Krejci getting the secondary assist. Visitor scoring chance of a 21. Home goalie must make shot saves. So Ken Dryden needs to net a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the stop. He won't, and the Boston Bruins will take a 2-1 lead here in this time frame in game 4 of this time frame matchup. Let's see who scored it. 5, choice player. Okay, so we're gonna roll the red die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. 3, that's Patrice Bergeron. So Bergeron will score the goal, and 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Marchand and Backus will be your assist takers on the 2-1 tally for the Boston Bruins as they have their first lead of this time frame matchup. And we will move on to the next portion in this segment. Penalty check between anybody on the ice for the Habs against player number 4. That's Brandon Carlo. Rick Chartrand needs to flip. It looks like we're going to end up in a tie here. So we will go right across from them with Bill Nyrop, as both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Another penalty check. This time it'll be between Lemaire and anybody on the ice for the Bruins. It looks like at this stage we could either have the Bruins go on the power play. We either tie, or the Bruins or the Habs will go on the power play. We'll have 1, 2 be the Bruins, 3, 4 be a tie, and 5 and 6, the Habs will go on the power play. We are going to roll the red die to determine what we're going to do. And we will tie. So Jacques Lemaire will tie with Torrey Krug, who has the only rating to match, who has the only same penalty rating of 0.5 to match. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Home scoring chance of a 56. Any visitor player with a square stops a Montreal goal. Yes, Nash, Carlo, or McQuaid. We're going to have the red die decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Riley Nash will stop the Montreal goal to keep the game within reach for them, as after 20 minutes of play, after 40 minutes of play, I should say, the Bruins come from behind to take a 2-1 lead over the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. Home scoring chance of a 54 to begin the third period. Visitor defense player in 5, that's Adam McQuaid. He stops a Montreal goal opportunity with a quality roll of speed or a square. Although McQuaid does not have speed, he does have a square well enough to stop the Montreal goal attempt to keep it right here at 2-1 as we head to the next segment. Quality check between both players in three. That's Doug Jarvis and Austin Czarnik. The quality we're looking for is star. It looks like Doug Jarvis has that one, as he does have star, as he will move in on Tuukka Rask to hopefully net a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to make the stop. He won't. The game is tied up at 2, courtesy of Doug Jarvis. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Larry Robinson and how about it? Serge Savard will assist Doug Jarvis on the game-tying goal. And just like that, no lead is safe. And we will move on to the next portion here in this segment. Quality check between players 1 and 2. That is Gainey and Pasternak. The quality we're looking for is smart. Oh, Bob Gainey's going to win this one, as he does have smart. So he's going to be moving in on Tuukka Rask to hopefully net a 1, 2, 3, or 4 on the play save. And he will do so, keeping the game all tied up right here for his team to have a chance to come back and win this one. Quality check between players 5 and 1. That's Chartraw and Spooner. The quality we're looking for is power. Rick Chartraw is going to win this one, as he does have power, so he's going to skate on into Tuukka Rask to hopefully he will net a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to make the play save. And he will do so to keep this game right where it's at of a 2-2 tie. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Oh, and triple sixes, and folks, we are going to go to overtime because that is going to be an injury to a visiting player. Same procedure as a home player. We are going to roll the red die. A 6 will be the goalie. Oh, and that's David Backes. Excuse me. David Backes gets injured, so he's going to be out of the game. And folks, we are heading to sudden death overtime. So as you would see in normal playoff hockey, as you've seen over the years, we will play out the same 4 5-minute segments. And the first team to score a goal wins. Simple as that. So let's get right into it with, oh my goodness, a penalty check between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Habs. It looks like another roll of the red die is going to be needed here. So 1, 2 will have Bruins go on the power play. A 3, 4 will tie, and a 5 and 6, the Habs, will go on the power play. The Bruins are going to go on the power play. So it looks like Bill Nyrop, who the player in question, is going to go to the box. So it looks like Riley Nash will take the power play attempt as he moves in on Ken Dryden to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so to keep this game right where it's at of 2 apiece as we head to the next segment of the first overtime period. Oh my goodness, another penalty check. This time it'll be between anybody on the ice for the Habs, and player number 4, that's Brandon Carlo. It looks like at this rate we will tie, or the Habs will go on the power play. At this rate, we tie. And we will tie. So we will tie up with the guy right across from him, with Larry Robinson, and we will move on to the next segment as both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5. Home scoring chance of a 34. It reads home player in 2. That's Jimmy Roberts. He creates a goal with a quality roll of star or a triangle. Unfortunately for Mr. Roberts, he does not have a star. Neither does he have a triangle. So therefore, it will be a no action result. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 46. Any visitor player with a power play circle star symbol creates a power play goal. Yes, David Pastrnak has that power play circle star symbol. So he's going to be moving in on Ken Dryden to hopefully net the game winner. But Ken needs to make a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop, which he will do so. And that is going to be it for the first overtime period. And after a total of 80 minutes have been played in the books, we are going to go to the second overtime period, all knotted up at 2 apiece. Quality check between players 3 and 2. That's Reesboro and Nash. The quality we're looking for is hit. Doug Reesboro is going to win this one as he does have hit. So he's going to be moving in on Tuukka Rask to hopefully net a 4 or 5 with a dot to make the stop. He won't stop the clock. The Montreal Canadiens will win the ball game, coming back from a 2-1 deficit to score 1 in the third and 1 in the second overtime period to win this one by a final of 3-2. And folks, I hate to say it, the Habs are going to increase their time frame win-loss tie record to 19-4-3 through 26 time frame matchups, as the Habs will go up 4-0. And as you can tell, Boston is not finding their rhythm here. So therefore, Doug Reesboro will score the goal. 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Shot. And how about between Tremblay and Savard? It'll be Tremblay. So Tremblay will get the secondary assist. Steve Shutt will get the primary assist. And folks, that is going to be it for Game 4 of this time frame matchup, with the Habs coming from behind to win Game 4 by a final of 3-2. If you enjoyed what you saw, a like is very much appreciated. A comment is optional. Please no derogatory language, and please stay on topic. If you are watching this on the full time frame playlist, do not go anywhere, because Game 5 will be coming up very shortly after we take a look at the game summary for Game 4 presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a bitty price. It's Bitty Beer. And if you're tuning in onto the single time frame, single game time playlist for this project, stay tuned for Game 5 to be coming up very shortly here on my channel. So do not go anywhere. You can grab a snack if you want, but make sure you come back to see how Game 5 of this time frame matchup will go down. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, the final score here for Game 4. The Habs come from behind from a 2-1 deficit to tie it up in the third with 1 goal, and tie it up and win it here in the second overtime period behind Doug Reesboro winning it by a final of 3-2.